Welcome back to Satisfactory. Alright, let's see if we can put together a nice blueprint to make encased uranium cells. Thing is, if we're gonna do this, we probably need to give ourselves a little bit of space. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put in kind of an internal wall here, and we're gonna put it right here-ish. And then looking over to the right here, we can kind of get a shopping list together. We know we need uranium, we need limestone. We're going to turn that limestone into concrete. We need sulfur, and we need water. So that means we need 3 inputs and 2 liquid areas to deal with. So let's put in just a single wall, I think. Let's give ourselves some room to move. We'll wait until we're done. And then we'll put in a refinery. This is a big old building. That's okay. We'll put it in one off the edge. I should probably nudge this. Actually, that looks pretty good. So this guy makes 50 sulfuric acid, which is too much sulfuric acid, but we'll get to that in a minute. And what we need to do here is put in a splitter. Maybe I need to move it over. Ooh, we're getting close to the edge here. Luckily, we only have to output liquid, so this is okay. Sulfuric acid. All right, sulfur goes in, gets split, goes up to the next level. Perfect. And this is just going to have to be a little wacky because we're going to have to put a floor right on top of this. We'll have to decide if we want to do anything fancy for that. And then we'll drop a water in. I think the plan is... let's just get the water all the way to the top. We'll pump it up one time and then just drop it down. So at the very top of this thing, we'll have water, and we'll figure that out later. And it'll get dropped in, sent in, and then split, and then we'll drop it further. I think what we'll do, just to sort of keep ourselves organized, why are you turned like that? Okay, just a reminder that we want to have water go down. And then on this one, we want it to be sulfur. All right, that's looking good. Then, and I probably should have sketched all of this out before I put so much work into that one side, because this might not fit or something wacky might not have. Ooh, we don't have any radios on us. Let's see if we have them in here. I might have to pause for a second. Nope, we got them. Blender. We might be able to make all this work. The sketchy part about this encased uranium cell is that it requires 40 inputs of sulfuric acid, but also provides 10 output of sulfuric acid. So that's a little output as an input problem that you got to solve. Well, it's not going to fit anyway, so forget about it. Let's put this in here. So the 10 output from here goes back into itself. And then I guess technically, I'm not sure about this, but part of me says that I should set this to 30. So that way it doesn't overload this. The problem is I don't know that it will ever catch up, because if we provide it only 30, it needs 40 to produce 10. It's like you need a little boost to get it going, and then once it's making 10, this can only make 30. Or maybe if I just make 30 long enough, the amount will increase. So if we make 30, what is that? 40 divided by, no, so it would be 30 divided by 40. It's 75%. And then the next time around, it'll be a little more, and then it'll be a little more, and then it'll be a little more until it balances out. That doesn't seem right either. But mathematically, well, not mathematically, but looking at it from the simplest standpoint, this is correct. This machine provides 30 sulfuric acid, and this one provides 10, and then it consumes 40. I don't know if that's going to work out. We'll have to see. I was going to do it in a double wall, but it seemed like it would be too much. It just seemed like it would be too much. Of course, we do need... we need a way to get this stuff out of here. Almost forgot about that, so we are going to have to use double on that other one. Now I got to get the concrete and the uranium in here. We can put a splitter right here. Why is this rotating like crazy? There we go. So that's the uranium, so we're not processing that one at all. Then we got to turn limestone directly into concrete. I think we only need one of these, but let's check it. Concrete, 15 per minute. Standard recipe is exactly 15 per minute. Give me a second. Let's wait for this autosave. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I can move this, so not locked into that location. Might be better one more back if it could fit there. Wait. It should go in here, up, around, and then out here. So this should be out. I feel like I did this wrong, so I was just gonna redo it. So the limestone comes in. Goes up. Actually, are we done? I think we've hit the basic notes here. Cool. I think we've got it. Let's get power put in. We're gonna have to do some half foundations, I think. Uh-oh. I don't think we're actually inside the blueprint at this point. I've made this mistake before. Easiest way to check to make sure everything that you think is in the blueprint is in the blueprint. Just delete it or save it, clear it, then reload it. I mean, obviously this one has to be all green, right? We're dealing with highly radioactive materials. I kind of like the way that looks. A little bit flat. It just kind of feels like a metal sheet almost. We might have to build that one in manually. There's a tiny, tiny gap. I might just build those after the fact. Uh-oh. This is going to be a very tight build quarter. Let's just make sure that nothing is popping out. All right. Do I keep this wall, this little imperfection, or do I get rid of it? I think I keep it. I only need 12 of these. If I go 4 on the base, then it's only going to be 3 tall, so it will be okay to build some of this stuff by hand. I think I want to put in something against these lines just to make it look a little bit more solid. But I think that's part of the build itself. I think that's it. So we have our sulfuric acid being made just in time for use in our encased uranium cell. So the best possible outcome here is how I decide to build this. I'm liking my thought process right now. If I put in the sulfuric acid first, before we line up the other inputs, that will be all the boost we need. Right? So I put in the sulfur, I put in the water, I get all that working, and then this starts to run. Then that sulfuric acid comes out of here and goes directly into this machine and then builds up. And as long as there's... I want to say as long as there's 10 in here before it starts, it should always work. Because by the time this one's put out 30 more, this one's put out 10 more. And then it has all it needs to make 10 more. And by the time it's made 10 more, this one's made 30 more. So we just need to make sure that... Can we wait too long is the question. No, we can't. This blender itself acts as a buffer. However big it is, it will act as its own buffer. I think we're good. So when I go to build this, I just need to remember to put in the sulfuric acid first. Okay, so we're done. This is going to be cool. So we're going to input limestone, uranium, and sulfur. Oh yeah, and we also need to get the water worked out. How much water are we using here? Not too much. Only 30 times 12. That's less than a full Mark II pipe worth. All right, I think we're done. I'll have to think of a place to put this. We'll have to pump some water. So that's the only thing that's a little weird at this point, is I really didn't give myself room to move water to the top, but we'll figure that out. I just want to test this to make sure it doesn't cause any visuals on this side, which it doesn't. Yeah, it's one water pipe. I think I can build that manually as part of the building build. So we'll clear that out. We'll save that. And we will call it. Thanks for hanging out. We are almost ready to start building our nuclear power stuff. A couple more blueprints like this and we'll be in a good spot. This might be our last one though. I have to think about it. I know we're at the encased level here, but that's not the fuel rod that we actually need to burn. This one we're going to import, and this we're going to import. So we just need another one of these for the fuel rods and we're done. This almost looks like a uranium fuel rod, actually. If I really put some work into it, I could make it look like that. But we're not going to worry about that. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.